And my name is Tammy Shia with Be Creative Stamping, and we do have a special guest this evening, and that is the Suffolk Center of Cultural Arts. So they are joining us. So all of their members are on our feed as well. So welcome everyone. Wow, everybody is just chiming right in. That is awesome. Well, tonight, ladies, we're going to be working with the Welcome Easter stamp set. All right. Hey, Dawn. Hi, Chris and Suzanne and Margaret. Hi, Gail. So I don't know if you realize this or even if you notice this set, but it is in the Stampin' Up! Mini catalog. Okay. So I'm going to show you where that is. All right, so we're gonna switch over, and I've got the little treats right here. This is the Welcome Easter stamp set. So let me get the mini catalog, and you'll find it on page 45. So it's kind of hidden, and I have seen so many cute projects with this that I really wanted to give it a try, okay? So I don't have any little ones at home, but what I found was there is a wonderful greeting called Welcome to the World, Little One. And isn't that perfect for a baby card? So I can definitely use this beyond the Easter season. So I always look for that when I'm looking at stamp sets. I want to see how much value I can get out of it and how long I'll be able to use it, okay? Let me say hello to some of my friends. Hello, Carol and Mary Jo, Gail and Laura and Linda. It is so nice to have all of you tonight. I know this is a super sweet little set on page 45, okay? Now, next Tuesday ends Celebration, okay? That's the very last day. And I really wanted to do Celebration tonight, but then I realized if we didn't do Easter tonight and we did it next Wednesday night, if anyone wanted to order Easter items, I don't know that you would get it on in time for Easter. And so that's why I kind of moved things up. But I do have a couple of announcements, and one of them is this beautiful vellum. The So Very Vellum. We've been using that the last two Wednesday nights. The Soft Seafoam, Purple Posy, and Pool Party. Now, this So Very Vellum is gone. The supply was depleted today, okay? So if there is anything you want during Celebration, you need to go ahead and place your order now so that you get the free products that you want, okay? So, yeah, so anyway, so that's the So Very Vellum, gone as of early this afternoon. And I did want to mention that, okay? All right, so let's see. We did add some new items to the Celebration rack. That's what I'll call it. They were added yesterday. And you can scroll down my Facebook page and see those items. You can go to my online store and look at the new Celebration releases. And you can also go to my blog. So you're going to find it in 3 different places, okay? And also, if you subscribe to my mailing list, then you did receive the email yesterday, okay? All right, well, thank you so much for sharing. When you share, your name is going into the drawing for a second time. When you comment, your name goes into the drawing. And tonight, I am going to be giving away all 3 of these projects that we're making. So I'll have 3 winners, okay? All righty, well, let's see. A couple other things I want to show you before we get started. We're going to be using some treat packaging tonight. I want to show you where it is in the annual catalog. You're going to find it on page 173. And maybe it's not on 173. Hang on. Maybe, oh, here it is. I'm sorry. On 172, the craft pillow boxes. We are using these tonight. And the mini shipping boxes. All right. And by the way, when you make a $50 purchase in my online store, you can select this as one of your free items. And 10 do come no, 8. 8 are in the package, okay? So that was part of the third release. And there were some other things in the catalog as well. Hi, Amanda. Hey, Joanne. Thank you for sharing, Gail. Keep on sharing. Sounds good. Share the love. Spread the love and share the creativity, right? Okay, I'm so glad you all like the projects. I was pretty excited about them. And of course, I'm using those wonderful Stampin' Blends. Can't get away from those. This is the Darling Little Chick in the stamp set. And you'll see here, I have cut a pillow box in half. That's all I did. All right, so we'll chat about that in a few minutes. And then this is an Easter basket, and we have this precious little bunny on top. And by the way, I did shimmer everything with Wink of Stella. And I'm going to show you how to create this cute little box. And by the way, this is the Stampin' Up! Shipping box. All right, so you're going to see how I used this. And this is our cute little lamb. All right, and it's just filled with candies. And they're pretty good, by the way, because I had one before I started tonight, okay? All right, so we're gonna start with the easiest one first, and it'll be this cute little bag. Hello, Lee, welcome. All right, so this one is super easy to make, and I don't know if you have noticed these cello bags, but they're also in the mini, okay? So now let me see if I can put my finger on it. I did not bookmark this. Oh, here they are. I got lucky. They're part of the Birthday Bonanza suite, and they're right here. They are 3 by 9 inches. You do get 25 in a package, and this is what they look like, okay? And we're gonna use this on 2 of the projects tonight. Yeah, Sonia, I love the stamp set too. It's just adorable. Oh, and by the way, in case you all didn't notice, there is a little bee right there. So I was happy to see that bee. All right, so we're gonna get started with our lamb. And I'm gonna start with a sheet of Whisper White cardstock, okay? Now tonight, I am stamping in black Memento ink so that I can use our Stampin' Blends, okay? When I use these two together, the black ink doesn't move, okay? And if it did move, can you only imagine what this little lamb would look like? There would be black just all over the place. It would run and move. So with the black Memento, we don't have to worry about that, all right? And so now we're gonna ink up this cute little guy. And I'm actually gonna stamp him in the middle of my Whisper White cardstock. Now, if you end up cutting some Whisper White cardstock, you wanna cut this at about 3 inches by 3 inches, okay? I'm gonna add some grass, and so there we have the little grass there, and I'll do that before we cut it out. And I do put this fairly close to his feet, and you're going to see why in just a minute. We're going to be cutting it out with one of our stitched shapes, all right? Okay, so here we go. We've got our little grass there, and certainly not all of this is going to show, okay? Let me show you the dies we're using tonight. This is part of Stitched Shapes, which I actually forgot to bring over to the table, but you get circles, ovals, and squares, and they are located in our annual book, okay? And then I'm using the layering circles, and I did bring those over to the table, so let me grab that. This is what they look like, and I have mine on 2 sheets because there are 16 of them. I have the little number there. And so I'm going to measure this for you to give you an idea of what the scallop circle size is. Joanne says, I wish we had the blends in every color. You know what, Joanne? Everybody says that. So maybe they will be in the new annual catalog that comes out in June. Wouldn't that be wonderful if we had them in all the colors? It would be just wonderful. Okay, so the diameter for this scalloped circle is about 2 3/4. Okay, so if you're making this, it's actually just a little bit bigger than the circle. All right. So now we're going to cut this out, and I actually did bring my Big Shot over just in case we have some new stampers tonight. I'll show you how I did this. I'm using the magnetic platform and one cutting pad, and then I'm going to put down the sheep and, whoops, wrong die. I want the circle die, and you'll see how close this little circle die is going to be. All right, so that's about where we want to cut him out. And it doesn't cut out all the grass, but that's okay because we are going to color it, and I'm going to show you how that works. So for this project, I am bringing in the Big Shot. In case we have some newbies, and I'm going to put a cutting pad on top. I should have put the handle over on the other side. All right, and we're just going to roll this right through. Super easy to do. And then I'm going to open this up, and we'll see how our little lamb is cut out. All right, so there it is. Now we're going to do some coloring, and I'll zoom in a little bit for this. Now you may want to write down these Stampin' Blend colors if you plan to purchase the set, or maybe you already have the set at home. So these are going to be suggestions of what you can use for coloring. Lee has a question. Why don't we have all of the colors for the blends? That I don't know, Lee. When the blends were first designed, Stampin' Up! Brought out the most popular colors in our color line. And so that is, that's where they started before they, realized, how popular the blends were going to be. So Laura's asking me if I'm in my closet. Well, Laura has been to my stamp room, and I have a closet in my room that has shelves in it and a big light. And when you turn it on, there's a countertop, and you can actually stamp there and do videos. But Laura, I am sitting at my table tonight in the middle of my stamp room so that I can have all this fluorescent lighting. But that is an excellent question. Mary Jo says these critters are adorable, and she's absolutely right. So, okay, so let's do some stamping here. I'm going to use Flirty Flamingo, and I'm actually going to start with the light Flirty Flamingo. And we're going to color these cute, sweet little ears right here. And then we're also going to color the nose. And ladies, you all need to remind me to use my Wink of Stella because sometimes I forget all about that. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and do his feet. And I see Suzanne has a question, so hang tight, Suzanne, and when I look up, I will read that. All right, so now we have his feet done, and that is light Flirty Flamingo. Suzanne says, I have been making my sandwich wrong all this time. I put the plastic plate down, then the magnetic plate, then the die and paper, and last the plastic plate on top. Well, Suzanne, now you have a whole new way of building your sandwich. How about that? Oh, gosh. All right, so now we're going to use, we've got to paint this adorable bow, all right? And so I am going to go back and use the Dark Highland Heather. Now this bow also looks amazing in balmy blue, granny apple green, just about any bright color you want to use. It will look great. So now I'm going to go ahead and just color this little bow. I think that just really makes it on these sweet little critters. All right. And now I'm going to take, if I can find the right one, I'm going to start out with some light smoky slate. All right. And I'm going to outline this little area here and this one. And then I'm actually going to shade in right above his feet. And then I'm going to start adding a little bit of smoky slate as an outline. And I certainly don't have to do the entire sheep. Now, if you decide that you would like your sheep or your lamb, whichever, if you'd like it to have a black nose and black feet, the light basic black marker works very well for that. And if that's not dark enough for you, then go to the dark basic black. But those are that's just another color option for you, because you may not have smoky slate and you may just have the basic black at home. So, all right, I think we've got that. So what do you think so far? Isn't he cute? He's coming to life. Now I'm going to use the granny apple green for the grass. And I'm going to use this. I'm going to use both colors. I'm going to outline the grass with the dark granny apple, okay? So we'll get that done. All right. I really like it with the grass. When I first started coloring these, I wasn't putting the grass in, but I'm kind of liking it. Okay, so you can put grass under his feet, or you don't have to put anything at all, okay? Hi, Joyce. It's so nice to have you tonight. Very good to have you. All right, this is the light granny apple green. All right, so here we go, and we're going to color this. All right. And remember, we should have special guests tonight. I'm actually coordinating with the Suffolk Center for Cultural Arts tonight. And so I should also be over there on their Facebook page. All right, so there's their grass. What do you think? Is that cute? Okay, so now we're going to add a little flower. And you all may remember this flower paper. This is called Pleased as Punch, and you can purchase this, and you'll find it in my online store under Celebration, and it'll say Celebration Coordination. And this is one of those coordinating products where you purchase the paper and the punches coordinate with it. Yeah, Terry, it is amazing what color will do for this. I mean, honestly, it just comes to life, doesn't it? I am going to actually cut out a purple flower, and I'm cutting around this blue one too, because I may end up using that at some point as well. So I cut around the flowers for that. How many of you remember the Pleased as Punch designer paper? Do you remember that? I did bring it over here to show you, so I'll show you what else is in that package, okay? All right. And so I've just taken a glue dot, attached it, all right, to this circle, and now I'll go ahead and add a rhinestone. And we'll be doing this cute little flower. Which one do I want? I'll just go bigger, why not? More bling, more bling. So yeah, we're gonna put flowers on all of them because I just thought it looked super cute with that. Okay, All right, so now that part is done, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add dimensionals. And I'll put 4 on here. And now I need my scallop circles, and they're already cut. I just have to find them. You wouldn't believe how much stuff that I have here on the table. Here we go. This is Highland Heather cardstock, okay? Now, this is gonna be a tag, and we're gonna tie it around a bag. And so I need to put a hole here in some baker's twine. So let me show you, this is kind of a Be Creative tip. This brand new punch, and we have been using this on Wednesday nights quite a bit. This one, hang on and I'll be able to tell you, it coordinates with the stamp set. There are 2 punches, and let's see if I can find it for you. I may go back to the index. That might be the easiest thing for me to do to find it. Let's see, punches. It's called Label Me Fancy. It's on page 41. So let's scoot on over here. Okay, so this is the stamp set. These are the 2 coordinating punches, and this is the one that we're using now, okay? And we're going to use it to actually punch a hole. So if you don't have a hole puncher, check this out. You've got your hole right there. How cool is that? So you don't even need a hole punch. Now we'll add the baker's twine, and then we're gonna fill our treat bag. I'm not sure how I'm going to mail this one. I'll have to come up with something. Okay, and I'll go ahead, I found it easiest to do this, to go ahead and put that baker's twine through the hole, okay? And then we can peel off the dimensionals, just like this. And then this is going to be the top. And so we'll put this cute little lamb right at the top. And then we're gonna tie that around the bag, okay? All right, I know, Mary Jo, if you don't have that punch, you're missing out because it does a lot of really cool things. All right, so this is our bag, and this is the sample. I found that it was a bit too long for filling the bag, and so I am going to cut a little bit off, just like this, and no one will ever know. So I don't know if you knew that trick or not, but you can shorten your bags, okay? If you ever have a cello bag and it's way too long at the top, you can just cut that off, okay? Now I'm going to bring in, this is my, my Easter grass. I have a ton of Easter grass. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull some of this out, and then I'm gonna stuff it in this bag. Now, if you were a part of my paper, ribbon, and embellishment share, if you did purchase all 3, you received 12 of these bags free. So just in case you don't remember that, if you purchased all 3 shares, that was your free gift, okay? So you do have some of these, all right? Okay, now I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna toss some eggs in here, just like that. And these are the Russell Stover ones, and they're dark chocolate, and they are so good. I can't believe I've only eaten one today. The cello bags are in the mini catalog, Laura. They are part of the Birthday Bonanza Suite, and that would be page 33 in the mini catalog, and it's right there. And Laura, I believe you purchased all 3 shares, and so you should have 12 of these in stock, in your stock, okay? All right, so now I'm ready to just tie this So isn't that cute? And that top is certainly long enough. I think sometimes if the top's too long, it doesn't really look right. So just know that you can do that. This is one of my favorite ribbons. I don't know if it'll carry over to the new annual book because I think it carried over last year. But I love it. And you can also color this ribbon with your blends. All right. And that's one of the other cool things about it. Now I'm going to go ahead and tie this. I also like it because it's stretchy. So honestly, I don't have to use a lot of ribbon because it just stretches. Look how much longer it got. All right. So I'm going to go ahead. We'll put a bow in this one. All right. Not sure how this little guy's going to ship, but you all keep commenting and keep sharing that video so that your name is in the drawing tonight. All right. Okay. So there's my little bow right there. And now I can take my tag. I'm going to go under that ribbon there. Let me get under that. And I'm going to tie this. I'm just going to tie it in a knot around the back. Okay. Tie it. There we go. Now that makes my knot. And then this part, I'm just going to trim off right there. Okay. And now, ladies, I have my cute little treat bag all ready. Now, you didn't remind me, but I did remember, and that is I'm going to use some Wink of Stella, okay? All right, and we are just going to we're just going to make this just shine. So this is our Wink of Stella glitter brush, and it is in the annual book with all the other coloring tools, okay? Hi, Sherry. I'm so glad you like it. Sherry, I could see you doing this. You always make the cutest treats in little jars, and I could see you doing this and putting these little tags on the jars. You always do such a cute job with that. All right. I think I need to squeeze my Wink of Stella. Oh, there we go. Now I'm getting a little bit more. All right. So I think we just about have it. Okay. And now that's done. I could even do the grass if I want, okay? Joyce, I've been thinking about Peggy the whole time. Peggy is one of my customers, and whatever we create, Peggy puts Wink of Stella on it, and she does an amazing job, so I always think of her. You are absolutely right. Okay, you're welcome, Sherry. All right, so that one's done, okay? So now we're going to move on to the pillow box treat, which is right here. Now, I actually did see this on Pinterest, but, oh, Mary Kay has shared 7 times. My goodness, Mary Kay, you're very ambitious tonight. Thank you, Kathleen. It's so nice to have you tonight. Oh gosh, I don't even know what I was saying, but I did see this on Pinterest. I didn't write down which demonstrator did this, but they had cut this pillow box in half, and I thought it was the coolest idea. So our pillow boxes are in the annual book, and I did show you that at the beginning of tonight's video. And I think you get 10 in a package, I believe. So anyway, okay, so the way I cut this box was I measured it first, okay? And I'm gonna start over here where we have these little half circles because that's the middle. Excuse me, that's really the end of the box. This is a 6-inch long box. Hello, Nancy, welcome. So this is a 6-inch long box. So we're actually going to cut it. And I've got to make sure, okay, I know this is upside down, but what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna mark this, and I'm gonna say that's about 3 inches. And then from here over, It's about 3. Now, ladies, you don't want to go here to the end and measure because look at the end. The end is 5 inches. The middle of this box is where these half circles are, okay? And so that's the longest point of this box, and that's what you want to measure, all right? Now, if you have an old paper cutter or a blade that's really dull, then use it for this box. But this is super thick cardstock. And so you don't want to use your beautiful, nice trimmer and blade for cutting this out because it will dull it, okay? All right, hi, Lori. Yes, they would make lovely teacher gifts. You're absolutely right. Terry says, I'm glad I checked in to see this tonight. I love it, Terry, love it. All right, I'm just gonna freehand this, okay? And I'm gonna cut straight across, all right? Just like that. And even cutting with the scissors is a bit difficult. So, I mean, it's thick. I just want you to know that, okay? Carol, in your honeybee sampler kit, there is a wink of Stella in there for you. That was part of your kit fee, okay? So I don't know if Gail has given you your kit yet, but it is in there. All right, so look for that. All right, so now I'm just closing the box, and what I love about these boxes is the score lines are here, okay? So all you have to do is find that score line and fold it in, all right? And there you have it, just like that. There's a treat. And guess what? You're going to get 2 treat boxes out of 1 pillow box. So I wish, you know what, my catalog's right here. Let's see how many is in the pack. There are 10 boxes on page 172 in the package. So if you cut them in half, you have 20 treats, okay, 20. So, and they're $5. So $5, 20 treat holders. You absolutely cannot beat that. All right, very economical. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to create this cute little chick, and I'll give you some tips on coloring this one, okay? I'm going to zoom in so you can see. I am going to take a sip of water, all right, before we move on. Okay. All right, so now we're ready to get started. And this time, ladies, I've already taken the time to cut out the stitched circle, okay? So you can do it either way. You can stamp it and then cut it out, or you can cut out your stitch circles and then stamp them, okay? So whatever is comfortable for you, okay? All right, so we're gonna do the little chick this time with the black memento. We're also gonna add some grass to this one. I'm gonna put him right in the middle. Okay, just like that. And then, oh, the grass, we need to do the grass. And so here's the grass. This is a little trickier because it's already cut out. So I'm kind of stamping over this stitched part. But I didn't think y'all would want to watch me cut out all these crazy circles tonight, so I went on and did that. All right, so that's our grass there. And now for coloring, we're going to be using Daffodil Delight, okay? So let me get both of these. We do use the light and the dark, okay? And I'm gonna start with the dark. And I am actually, you know what, I think I'll use the brush tip. You can use either tip that you want. And I'm going to go around and I'm going to outline this chick, okay? Just like that. And then I'll get the outline over here. The wings, I'll just go ahead and make them dark with the dark daffodil. All right. Okay, so now we've gotten that part done. And we're going to take the light daffodil and we're going to blend in that dark ink, okay? So we'll get started with this. I've got to remember not to color his nose. Okay. And then what I think, well, let me finish the bottom, and then I'm going to go back with the fine tip and blend a little more. Okay. All right. All right, so now I'm going to go back and blend a little more and get some of those lines out. So, and hopefully you can see okay. I feel like we have really good lighting tonight. I'm really happy about that. All right, and you can just hear my markers just squeaking a little bit. All right. I'm gonna go back with my brush tip. I actually did like that better. Okay, and what I'm doing is I'm pulling in those dark lines and just kind of pulling them towards the middle. All right. And of course, ladies, anyone ordering this week, you do get all 3 of these projects. They are free to you. They're free make and takes when you place an order in my online store. Okay, and the minimum order is $35, and you earn a bead. So it's a good deal, and you get free make and takes. We're going to use dark pumpkin pie for his cute little, I don't even know what to call this on top, his plume. I have no idea what to even call that right now. And we're going to do his feet, and this is dark pumpkin pie. Now, if you think they're too dark, then you could use the yellow. You could use the light pumpkin pie. Okay, oh, and his beak. Almost forgot the beak. Okay. All right, so now we're going to do the grass, and we'll go back to the Granny Apple Green, and we'll get the outline done with the dark. All right, I feel like I'm using the blends like every week, and every time I teach a class, we seem to be using them. They are so fun to color with. His comb, thank you, Carol. I could not think of that. That was his comb, and we did his beak, and we did his feet. All right, and we're gonna put some grass. I really kind of like it with the grass. I think I did the bunny without grass. Okay, I'll just go back over that. And now this sweet little girl is done, all right? So we are going to pop it up. And we're gonna pop it up on the Granny Apple Green, okay? So, now I know I had a sheet of dimensionals that were already, yep, there they are. I wanna finish this sheet first before I start on a new sheet. I'm sure you all do the same thing. I like to finish up the whole thing before moving to a new one. All right. Now, while I'm doing this, I'm going to do Paper Pumpkin this Friday morning at 11 a.m. again, and we're going to be working on the February Paper Pumpkin kit. I had a huge response for the Paper Pumpkin kits to do another one, so we're going to do last month's now. We did the March Paper Pumpkin last Friday morning. This Friday morning, we'll do February. All right, so there's our sweet little girl. Now let's put some words here, okay? And we're going to use sweet friend. Let me show you what other words we've got. Have a wonderful Easter. That was a bit too long. Happy Easter. That was a bit too big. Welcome to the world, little one. And then sweet friend. All right, so I thought that was a very appropriate one. So I'm going to use Granny Apple Green for this. And I'm just going to stamp it. I'll stamp that again. It just wasn't dark enough for me. Oh, Laura says, yes, another paper pumpkin. Oh, good. Mary Kay says, good. I haven't done February's. I haven't done my February one either, girls. So it's going to make me get it done. It helps you. It helps me. And it's just a lot of fun. All right, so we're just going to center this, okay? This punch is our classic label punch, and you can find it in the annual catalog. All right. Oh, good. Gail says she is off. Wonderful. I'm going to shorten this, girls. This is kind of long. I could certainly leave this, but I'm going to shorten it a little. So I'm just sliding it in from the top. Okay. And I just took a tiny bit off. And I'll go over here, and I really don't have that much to take off, but I'll take off a little bit. So you can shorten this. It doesn't have to be this long, okay? And that's the classic label punch from the annual book. All right, so we are going to put some dimensionals on this one, and this time we're going to use the minis, okay? And I'll kind of put those towards the center. And the other thing we're going to want to do is to go on and use our Wink of Stella before we add the words, okay? So let's do that. All right. Oh, good. It's really coming out now. That's awesome. So for those of you, I know Carol has a brand new Wink of Stella, so she probably hasn't opened it yet. And so I'll give you some tips on your Wink of Stella. When it's brand new, there's going to be a black ring, okay, all the way around it. You will unscrew this part, okay, take off the black ring, and then screw this back on, okay? And to start this applicator, and to get it to work, this word here says push. It says push on the other side. You're pushing gently to push that glitter down the barrel, okay? So just be aware of that. That little black ring has to come off in order for you to use it, all right? The glitter's not going to come out if the black ring stays on there, okay? All right, maybe I'll put some, I think I will. I'm going to put some Wink of Stella on our grass. Why not? It's Easter. Why not? Okay. Now put that away. I'm going to give it a second to dry. And while it's drying, let's go ahead and let's punch out another flower. Let's go ahead and take this one right here. If you like this punch, it is part of Celebration, and this is free with a $100 purchase, okay? You can select the punch. Now, I have a feeling it's going to make the annual book, okay? So if you don't get it now, it might possibly be available in June, but I can't promise you that. All right, so we need a glue dot. That right there, and I like to curl up the petals like that, okay, just like that. And then we'll use a rhinestone. Got to have the bling. There we go. Okay, and we'll go ahead and put the words on. And then I'll show you how I did the packaging inside of the pillow box. Gail says, I don't remember taking off the black circle. Gail, if your Wink of Stella is working and there's glitter coming out, then don't worry about it, okay? It must be working, all right? So there's our little chick. Isn't she adorable? I just love this little set. And I do love the fact that I'll be able to use this to welcome babies in the world. So not only Easter, but another occasion. Okay, so I am looking for my cello bag. Here we go, right here. I know this cello bag is gonna be way too long for this, okay? So I'm gonna zoom out, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut some of this off. I just already know it's going to be too long. I just feel it, okay? So the easiest way that I found to put the candy in here was to actually take the bag and stuff it in here, all right? just like that. All right, and once you get the candy in, it gets easier. And I did use the smaller Hershey eggs for this. I have some bigger Russell Stover eggs, which you saw earlier, but I found these to be a little bit easier to work with. All right, how in the world am I gonna mail this to y'all? I have no idea. All right, so here we are. And now I'm ready to add the ribbon. Now this ribbon is Granny Apple Green, okay? Joyce says, I love the Chick-a-Lot. I know, so do I.